good evening, and welcome to my channel, Positivity in Motion. I gotta tell you the truth. I was in the bed. I was about to go to sleep, and I said, "Oh my gosh, I forgot to post it." This is only the third night. I'm not sure how this is gonna work out because coming on here, I'm here, and I said, "Get up and go do it," because that's what you said you were gonna do. Okay, but it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Last night we were talking about mastering your holiday schedule. We covered that. Now that the schedule has been set, I wanted to talk about how you approach the planning and get organized for the event. And it does take time. I know when I plan events, this is the strategy that I use. So, we've organized the holiday schedule from last night, and tonight now we want to plan your approach. Remember, not an attack, but an approach. You want to already start having a positive aura about the event that's coming up. You want to start getting excited about it as well. Start visualizing in your mind how you see the flow of your home or your apartment or the community center, wherever it is that you're going to be hosting, and just start getting excited about it. Now, when you plan your approach, you might call it an action plan. And an action plan is a detailed strategy that outlines specific steps needed to achieve the goal that you have set to help you complete the project. It kind of serves as a roadmap to ensure that tasks are addressed, systematically done, and it provides a clear framework for tracking progress. So let's go over some tips. First thing you want to consider is your goal. Clearly define the overall goal you want to achieve. So when I'm planning, what's the goal? I want everyone to come and I want them to enjoy themselves. And I want to enjoy myself as well. So the goal that I set need to be specific and measurable. So I need to come up with ideas, and that'll come later, on what I can do to help this goal be successful. From the goal, then you want to work on the objectives. You want to break the goal down into smaller segments, achievable objectives that can guide the process that you're going through. Okay? And then you want to have specific tasks. You want to list the actions and the tasks that need to be completed for each objective. Be as detailed as possible. For example, when I'm first planning an event, I organize and brainstorm in my head, and then I transfer it to paper. I'm just saying everything I want to do, all the colors. Remember we said pick a color scheme last night? Everything I want to do, who I'm going to invite, the aura that I want in my home or in my apartment or community. I'm thinking about everything, every task that I need to do to pull this event off. And it is an event, people. When you invite people into your home, they are coming to your space. When you invite anyone, whether it's an office meeting, an office party, whatever, you want it to be chef's kiss. You want it to be nice. And I believe in nice and I can deliver nice. So once you've done that, so we've talked about three things. We've talked about what is the goal, plan your objectives, write them out, break the objective down to smaller tasks, and now you need to do a timeline. You need to set details for each task to help keep everything on track. It can be the start date, it can be the end date, it can be, for example, let's say if my event is coming up next week. There are specific things that I want to do in advance, buy the party supplies, buy the decorations, whatever I'm going to do. And then the week of, I'm strategic. And you're writing down the timeline. On Monday, I want to clean this, clean that, put this out, put that out, whatever you want to do, you need a timeline. Now, personally, I don't like to do anything the day of the event. unless it's something that I absolutely have to. And then I want to do it in the morning because I want to be relaxed and calm and collected at the time the event is starting. So in that timeline, you want to be specific. Every minute counts. From the time you begin with your task till the end, whatever the timeline is. If it's 2 weeks out, whatever you want to do, you need to make that part of your timeline. From the timeline, then you have responsibilities, right? And you need to assign specific team members or individual to each task, clarifying who is responsible for what. And if it's a work event, then you're going to need to check in every now and then, see how everybody's doing, because that event is on your back. You want to make sure it comes off without a hitch. And the same thing if it's in your home. You want to check if you have children involved or your spouse involved. Lord, excuse me. You want to check with them to see how they're coming with whatever it is, responsibilities that you gave them. So you want to do that. And then you need to identify specific resources, such as materials, people, and what is your budget. When I set my budget, I generally, depending upon what it is, at a couple more dollars. I'm sorry, Lord Jesus, have mercy. But I'm here. A couple of more dollars just to make sure that I stay within budget. You do not want to go over budget, in particular this time of the season. The holiday season when everything is already costing you a lot. So you want to determine what resources are needed, and then you want to evaluate the criteria. This determines how progress will be measured and how success will be evaluated. You could just say, if everyone comes and they play this game or that game, or they like this drink or that drink or whatever, you need an evaluation criteria. If you're not specific or sure, Google, Pinterest, there are a lot of things out there that can help. Now, this last thing that I want to talk about, you also want to think about any potential challenges that might come. You want to anticipate any obstacles that may arise and consider solutions and contingency plans to help with the end result being successful. I know sometimes we invite people and we want to be inclusive where we can, but there's always that one that you're like, I really don't want to invite her. But if I invite him, she's going to tell him that he's coming and it's going to be a thing. So you got to mentally strategize how you're going to handle that. You got to strategize that nice, expensive punch bowl that you're using. If something happens to that, how are you going to feel? Do you have a backup plan? Just whatever in your mind might be a problem, you need to think about it and work on contingency plans. If it rains, if your event is outside, this is winter, and in Florida it's getting cold, which is another reason why I was preparing to go to bed. You have to have contingency plans. What if something doesn't arrive? If you ordered something and if it's late, that pushes back your timeline. So you got to think about all of these things. Very, very important. Now, this is an action plan, and action plans can be very beneficial. It is imperative that you have an action plan. It helps you maintain organization, enhances accountability, and ensures that everyone involved has a clear understanding of what needs to be done and when. And remember, last night I shared anything that's on your list that you took on because someone else didn't want to do, take it off your list. The same thing with this. Do not be afraid to reach out and ask for help. There are people who are eager to help, eager to be involved. Don't forget about those people. The last thing I want to say is it's important to focus on the positive. Focus on the positive. Be positive. Be excited. And just a well thought out action plan, which is what I've just shared with you that you need to do with clarity and directions, make it easier to achieve your goal and have a fantastic event. So stay motivated. Be adaptable with your contingency plan and enhance collaboration. Don't be afraid to ask. We're not super women. I think it takes a strong woman to say, hey, can you run to the store on this day and do this, do that, do that, do that? Yes, that's right. Delegate. Delegate. And then monitor your progress regularly. Review your plan. If you're changing something, update your plan. Change a new plan. And celebrate as you go. Focusing on the positive aspects can boost your confidence and help lead to success and help you on this journey. And remember, it's a journey, not a destination. Above all, have fun. Okay, my friends, my people, it's almost 11 o'clock. I do apologize, but again, I say I made it. Lord's will, I hopefully will have more time to be on tomorrow. Enjoy tomorrow. It's Wednesday. Go out with a bang. Go out with a smile. Take care. Positivity and Motion signing out. Bye and good night.